There are secrets buried in the folds of time, truths deemed too dangerous, too potent, too disruptive for the slumbering masses. Knowledge locked away not by chance but by deliberate design. For knowledge, in its purest form, is power, and certain powers, certain individuals, have always sought to keep the ultimate keys locked away. Tonight, we unseal such a volume, a text whispered about in the shadowed corners where science and mysticism intertwine, a work believed lost, or perhaps intentionally erased from the annals of history. A theoretical yet terrifyingly practical treatise attributed to the mind that illuminated the modern world, yet whose deepest currents remained shrouded in enigma: Nikola Tesla. Forget the sanitized histories, the tales confined to alternating currents and radio waves. We speak now of the Tesla who communed with frequencies, who saw the universe not as dead matter, but as a living symphony of vibration, energy, and consciousness. The Tesla who, in his final, most radical years, sought not just to power the world, but to unlock the very mechanisms of reality itself. It is said that among his myriad notebooks, filled with calculations that still baffle modern science, lay one volume apart, a book not of circuits and wires, but of fields and frequencies, a book that detailed not the transmission of power across space, but the opening of doorways through space, energetic portals woven from the very fabric of the cosmos. And it ventured further. It dared to propose that these portals were not merely for travel or observation. It hypothesized that specific resonant frequencies could create energetic gateways designed for the most profound purpose imaginable: the conscious, deliberate upgrade of the human soul. A method to accelerate our evolution, to unlock latent psychic abilities, to transcend the limitations of our biological and energetic programming. They hid this Tesla book for a reason. That reason echoes through the corridors of power even today. For a technology that promises not just free energy, but liberated consciousness. A technology that empowers the individual to access higher states of being independent of external systems, is the ultimate threat to any structure built upon control. What secrets lay within those pages? What understanding of frequency, resonance, and the human energy field allowed Tesla to conceive of such a radical mechanism? What specific keys did he discover to manipulate the quantum foam and create stable doorways between dimensions, or perhaps between states of being? And the most crucial question of all, if such knowledge existed, where is it now? Has it been utterly destroyed? Or does it lie dormant, fragmented, waiting for those with the eyes to see and the courage to piece it back together? This presentation is our attempt at that sacred reconstruction. We embark now on a journey not just into the mind of a genius, but into the very heart of reality's hidden architecture. We will delve into Tesla's known work, his documented obsessions with frequency and resonance, his more esoteric statements, and the tantalizing clues left behind. We will cross-reference this with ancient wisdom traditions that spoke of similar concepts: energetic gateways, vibrational ascension, the hidden potential within the human form. We will attempt to reverse engineer the principles of this forbidden technology. We will explore the foundations of Tesla's vibrational universe, the theoretical physics of energetic portals, the connection between electromagnetic fields and human consciousness, the potential role of resonance in activating dormant DNA and psychic centers, the sacred geometry and specific frequencies hinted at in Tesla's work and ancient texts, and finally, the profound implications and potential dangers of accessing such power. This is not a simple history lesson. It is an initiation, an invitation to look beyond the veil, to question the limits of the possible, and to consider that the greatest technological secrets may lie not in machines of metal and wire, but within the infinite potential of your own consciousness. The volume is unsealed. The first page is turned. Let the reader beware, and let the journey into the light of forbidden knowledge commence. If you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. These are not the words of a mystic lost in esoteric dreams. They are the clear, concise declaration of the man who arguably invented the modern age, Nikola Tesla. To understand the forbidden potential of energetic portals and soul upgrades hinted at in his lost work, We must first immerse ourselves in the very foundation of his worldview. A worldview radically different from the mechanistic, materialistic science of his time, and even in many ways of our own. Tesla did not see a universe of solid, separate objects interacting through brute force. He saw a universe that was alive, a universe that was fundamentally electric, a universe that sang. He perceived reality not as a collection of dead particles, but as an infinite, dynamic and interconnected symphony of vibrations, governed by the precise and elegant laws of frequency and resonance. This was not merely a philosophical preference, it was the bedrock of his unparalleled inventive genius. While Edison focused on the brute force of direct current, Tesla danced with the fluid, wave-like nature of alternating current. While others saw empty space, Tesla perceived a vibrant, energetic medium, the luminiferous ether, capable of transmitting power and information wirelessly across vast distances. He did not invent against the universe, he invented with it, listening to its underlying harmonies and designing technologies that resonated with its fundamental principles. To Tesla, everything, absolutely everything, was frequency. Matter itself, the very substance we perceive as solid, was, in his understanding, simply energy vibrating at a specific, slow, and stable rate. He understood, decades before quantum physics would reluctantly confirm it, that the distinction between energy and matter was an illusion of perception. All is energy. All is vibration. The rock, the tree, the human body, the thoughts in your mind, all are different notes, different octaves, in the same great cosmic song. He famously stated, "Everything is the light." In one interview, when asked about the nature of the universe, he described a profound vision where he saw the entire cosmos as a symphony of light, a constant interplay of frequencies, creating and dissolving forms. This was not the metaphorical light of poetry. This was the literal light of electromagnetic radiation, the very substance that his technologies sought to harness. He saw matter as condensed light, trapped energy vibrating at a frequency low enough to become perceptible to our limited senses. This understanding is the first key to unlocking his more radical ideas. If matter is just vibration, then matter is not fixed. It is potentially mutable. If you could discover the precise frequencies that constitute a particular form, could you not, theoretically, alter that form by introducing a different, more powerful, resonant frequency? Could you heal a diseased body by broadcasting the frequency of perfect health? Could you perhaps even transmute one element into another, the ancient dream of the alchemists, not through chemical reactions, but through pure, resonant vibration? These were the questions that pulsed beneath the surface of his more conventional work. He spoke often of resonance. This was perhaps his most crucial principle. Resonance is the phenomenon where one vibrating object causes another object with the same natural frequency to begin vibrating spontaneously. A singer hitting a specific note can shatter a glass. A perfectly tuned radio receiver can pick up a signal broadcast miles away. Tesla saw resonance not just as a physical curiosity, but as the fundamental law of energetic interaction in the universe. He believed that everything from the smallest atom to the largest galaxy had its own unique resonant frequency, and he believed that if you could discover and match that frequency, you could tap into immense power. His dream of wireless energy transmission was based on this principle, resonating with the Earth's own natural frequency, the Schumann resonance, though not named as such in his time, to transmit power globally without wires. He saw the Earth itself as a giant resonant sphere. Now let us take the crucial leap. If the Earth has a resonant frequency, if a crystal glass has one, if an atom has one, does the human being, does human consciousness itself possess a unique resonant frequency? And if so, could it be intentionally tuned? Could it resonate with other frequencies, perhaps higher, more refined states of being? This is where Tesla the inventor begins to merge with Tesla the mystic. While he maintained a rigorously scientific approach in his public work, his private notebooks and scattered comments reveal a mind grappling with the deepest questions of consciousness, energy, and the very fabric of existence. He spoke of the brain not as the generator of thought, but as a receiver, an intricate biological radio capable of tuning into the thoughts and information held within the universal field, the ether. He stated, "My brain is only a receiver. In the universe, there is a core from which we obtain knowledge, strength, inspiration. I have not penetrated into the secrets of this core, but I know that it exists." This core, this universal field, was not a passive database to Tesla. He perceived it as intelligent, responsive, and he believed that resonance was the key to communicating with it. Could a human being, by consciously altering their own frequency, perhaps through focused thought, through emotion, through specific physical or technological means, achieve a state of resonance with this core, thereby accessing its infinite knowledge, strength, and inspiration directly? Could this be the mechanism behind intuition, genius, and spontaneous healing? If consciousness itself is a frequency, then states of consciousness are specific vibrational patterns. Fear has a frequency, love has a frequency, illness has a frequency, enlightenment has a frequency, and if everything operates according to the law of resonance, then holding a specific frequency within your own being would naturally, inevitably, attract or amplify corresponding frequencies in the world around you. This is the scientific heart of the law of attraction. Stripped bare of its simplistic interpretations, you do not attract what you want, you resonate with what you are. This understanding forms the absolute bedrock upon which any theory of energetic portals or soul transformation must be built. If you wish to create a gateway to a different state of being, you must first understand the frequency of that state. If you wish to upgrade your soul, you must learn how to shift your own fundamental resonance to match the frequency of that higher, more evolved expression. Tesla's genius was not just in understanding these principles theoretically, but in his relentless pursuit of practical application. He was not content to philosophize about resonance. He wanted to build machines that could generate and manipulate it. He sought to create technologies that could directly interact with the energetic symphony of the universe. His famous experiments with high-frequency currents, his magnifying transmitter, his explorations into what he called non-Hertzian waves, scalar waves perhaps, all can be seen through this lens, not just as attempts to create new forms of electricity, but as attempts to master the very language of cosmic vibration. He was trying to learn how to play the instrument of the universe itself. Did he succeed? Did his explorations lead him to understand the precise frequencies that govern not just matter, but consciousness? Did he discover the resonant keys that could unlock dormant human potentials, or even open doorways in the fabric of space-time itself? The tantalizing clues exist. His obsession with the numbers 3, 6, and 9, which he declared held the keys to the universe. His alleged experiments with manipulating space-time and achieving forms of teleportation or invisibility, whispered about in suppressed documents and third-hand accounts, his fascination with the potential of the human mind to influence the physical world. This foundational understanding that all is energy, all is frequency, all is vibration, and resonance is the key to interaction, is the first chapter in the Lost Book. It is the tuning fork that sets the stage for everything that follows. Without grasping this electric symphony, the concepts of energetic portals and soul upgrades remain mere fantasy, but grounded in Tesla's vibrational physics, they become terrifyingly, plausibly, real. Now that we understand the fundamental score of Tesla's universe, we must begin to explore the instruments. How did Tesla believe these frequencies could be generated, focused, and manipulated? What technologies, known or unknown, might hold the key to creating a resonant field powerful enough to interact with the very structure of reality or the essence of the soul itself? Our journey continues into the heart of the resonant machine. Let us delve deeper into the instrumentation of this cosmic symphony. Understanding that the universe vibrates and responds to resonance is the first step. The critical second step is discovering how to generate and precisely tune the frequencies required to interact with it meaningfully. For Tesla, this was not a matter of abstract mathematics alone. It was a question of tangible technology, of harnessing the very forces of electromagnetism he knew so intimately. While his most famous inventions dealt with the practical generation and transmission of electrical power, whispers and fragmented evidence suggest his research ventured into far more esoteric territory. He was obsessed with harnessing the power of the ether, that omnipresent energetic medium he believed filled all space. His magnifying transmitter, the legendary tower at Wardenclyffe, was far more than just a radio tower. It was, in his vision, a planetary tuning fork, designed to resonate with the Earth itself, capable of transmitting not just power, but potentially information and influence, globally and wirelessly. Think about the implications. If you can create a standing wave of energy around the entire planet, you have created a global resonant field. What happens when specific targeted frequencies are introduced into this field? Could this field act as a carrier wave, not just for radio signals but for more subtle energies? Could it be modulated to carry specific informational patterns, perhaps even intentions or states of consciousness? Tesla's experiments with extremely high frequencies and high voltages were legendary. He created artificial lightning bolts, illuminated vacuum tubes wirelessly from yards away, and spoke of energies that did not behave according to the known laws of electromagnetism as described by Hertz. He hinted at longitudinal waves, scalar waves, forms of energy that travel instantaneously, potentially faster than light, and interact directly with the fabric of space-time and possibly consciousness itself. Could these non-Hertzian waves have been the key? Conventional electromagnetic waves, like radio waves, are transverse. They oscillate perpendicular to their direction of travel. Longitudinal waves, like sound waves, oscillate in the same direction as their travel. Tesla believed such waves existed within the ether and could be harnessed. If so, they would represent a fundamentally different type of energy, one that interacts with matter and energy fields in ways we are only beginning to speculate about. Could such waves, precisely tuned, create localized distortions in space-time, the very definition of a portal? Could they resonate directly with the bioelectric field of the human body, influencing consciousness or activating latent potentials? His fascination with resonance extended to mechanical vibrations as well. His infamous earthquake machine, a small pneumatic oscillator, was claimed to have nearly brought down a building in New York City by matching its resonant frequency. While often dismissed as an exaggeration, it demonstrates his deep understanding and willingness to experiment with the power of precise vibrational tuning to affect physical structures. If he could shake buildings with mechanical resonance, what could he achieve by applying electromagnetic resonance to the subtler structures of energy, consciousness, or even space-time? Consider his statements about the power of focused thought. He treated his own mind as a laboratory, performing complex visualizations of his inventions with such clarity that he could test them, modify them, and perfect them entirely within his consciousness before ever building a physical prototype. He understood implicitly the observer effect, that the act of focused observation, of holding a clear blueprint in the mind, was a crucial step in collapsing potential into reality. Did he believe that the human mind itself, when brought into a state of profound coherence and focus, could generate its own powerful resonant frequency? Could the brain, this intricate bioelectric receiver, also function as a transmitter, capable of interacting directly with the quantum field? If so, then perhaps the technology required for accessing energetic portals or upgrading the soul was not purely external. Perhaps it was a precise combination, an external device generating a powerful, specific resonant field, coupled with the focused, coherent intention of a trained human consciousness. A synergy between machine and mind, resonating together to unlock a specific potential within the universal field. This points towards a far more holistic understanding of technology than we typically consider. Not just machines acting upon a dead world, but machines and consciousness working in concert, tuning into and modulating the living, electric symphony of the cosmos. Tesla's known obsession with the numbers 3, 6, and 9 adds another layer of profound mystery. He considered them fundamental keys to understanding the universe. In vortex mathematics and certain esoteric traditions, these numbers relate to the very patterns of energy flow, the geometry of creation. Could these numbers represent specific frequencies, harmonic ratios, or geometric configurations necessary to create stable resonant fields, the very fields required for portal generation or consciousness alteration. Was he hinting at a numerical code embedded within the fabric of reality, a code that, once deciphered, would unlock these forbidden technologies? The evidence is fragmented, tantalizing, shrouded in secrecy and speculation, but the foundational principle remains clear. Tesla perceived a universe built on frequency and resonance. He dedicated his life to understanding and harnessing these forces. It is not a great leap to imagine that his explorations led him into territories that intersected with the very mechanisms of consciousness, the structure of space-time, and the potential for accelerated human evolution. He was not just an electrical engineer. He was, perhaps unknowingly, a quantum alchemist, seeking the resonant keys to unlock the deepest secrets of existence. The machines he designed, the frequencies he explored, the non-Hertzian energies he hinted at, these were his instruments. The universe was his orchestra, and the music he sought to compose was nothing less than the dawn of a new human potential, a future powered not just by electricity, but by the awakened resonant power of the soul itself. Understanding this framework, this marriage of mind, machine, and cosmic resonance, is crucial as we move forward. The lost book, the hidden technology, is not likely a simple schematic for a physical device alone. It is almost certainly a guide to achieving a specific state, a precise resonant frequency generated through a synergy of inner and outer means. Now that we have tuned into Tesla's fundamental understanding of the universe as a vibrational field and considered the potential tools he might have used to interact with it, we must delve into the first great promise hinted at in the lost text, the nature and mechanics of energetic portals. What did Tesla understand these to be, and how might his technology of frequency and resonance be applied to create them? Our journey continues into the geometry of space-time and the keys to unlocking doorways between worlds, or perhaps between states of being. The symphony is playing. We understand the score, a universe of frequency and vibration. We have glimpsed the instruments, Tesla's mastery over electromagnetism, his explorations into resonance, and his hinting at exotic non-Hertzian energies. Now, we must approach the first great forbidden composition suggested by his lost work, the creation of energetic portals. What do we mean by a portal in this context? Let us discard for a moment the simplistic science fiction image of instantaneous teleportation tunnels. While Tesla's work sometimes hinted at such possibilities, the deeper implication, the one more relevant to soul transformation, likely points towards something more profound. An energetic portal in the potential Tesla framework might be understood as a localized and stabilized resonance field designed to achieve one of several outcomes: accessing different dimensions or frequency domains, creating a gateway not necessarily through physical space, but between different vibrational layers of reality that coexist in the same location, but are normally imperceptible due to frequency mismatch. Bridging space-time, creating temporary distortions or wormholes in the fabric of space-time, potentially allowing for nonlinear movement through time or connection across vast physical distances through energetic means, opening consciousness thresholds, creating a field that specifically resonates with and temporarily alters human consciousness, allowing access to higher states of awareness, collective fields of information, like the Akashic records, or direct communion with the universal core he spoke of. How could such a seemingly impossible feat be achieved? We must return to Tesla's core principles, amplified to their most extreme and esoteric conclusions. First, consider the ether. Tesla was a firm believer in the luminiferous ether, a concept largely discarded by mainstream physics after Einstein, but which is subtly resurfacing in quantum field theory and zero-point energy concepts. To Tesla, space was not empty. It was filled with a dense, energetic, and highly conductive medium. This ether was the stage upon which all electromagnetic phenomena played out. He believed it held potentially limitless energy and was the carrier of light itself. If the ether is real, and if it has specific resonant properties, could it be manipulated? Could a sufficiently powerful and precisely tuned electromagnetic field, perhaps utilizing his non-Hertzian waves, create a stable vortex within the ether itself? Imagine creating a whirlpool in a calm pond. Could a resonant frequency, amplified perhaps by his magnifying transmitter technology, create a self-sustaining whirlpool of etheric energy? This vortex would not be empty space. It would be a region where the fundamental properties of the ether, perhaps even the fabric of space-time itself, are temporarily altered. It would be a localized zone operating at a vastly different frequency signature than the surrounding reality. This could be the very definition of an energetic portal, a resonant gateway keyed to a specific frequency. Second, let us revisit resonance and frequency. If everything, including different dimensions or states of being, operates at a specific frequency, then achieving resonance with that frequency is the key to accessing it. A portal, therefore, might not be a physical hole but a frequency generator, a device or perhaps a specific location on Earth naturally imbued with certain energies that emits a powerful, coherent field tuned to the exact vibrational signature of the desired destination, be it another dimensional layer, a specific point in space-time, or a higher state of consciousness. Think of tuning a radio. You turn the dial, matching the receiver's frequency to the broadcast frequency, and suddenly the music becomes clear. Could an energetic portal function similarly? Could Tesla have envisioned a technology that allows one to tune the dial of reality itself, creating a resonant link between our frequency domain and another? His obsession with high frequencies and high voltages takes on a new light here. Perhaps extreme frequencies were necessary, not just for power transmission, but to achieve resonance with the incredibly subtle and high-frequency vibrations of other dimensions or higher states of consciousness. Perhaps immense voltages were required to create a powerful enough field to significantly perturb the ether or space-time fabric. His legendary experiments, often seen as mere electrical pyrotechnics, might have been attempts to knock on doors that conventional science did not even know existed. Third, consider sacred geometry and harmonic ratios. Tesla was known to be fascinated by numerical patterns and geometry. The numbers 3, 6, and 9 were paramount. Ancient cultures, from the Egyptians to the Vedic traditions, also placed immense importance on specific geometric forms, pyramids, mandalas, yantras, and mathematical ratios, like the golden ratio, phi. They believed these forms were not merely symbolic, but functional. They believed specific geometries could naturally gather, amplify, and focus subtle energies. Could Tesla have rediscovered or independently understood this principle? Could the creation of a stable energetic portal require not just the right frequency, but also the right shape? Could the resonant field need to be configured into a specific geometric pattern, perhaps a sphere, a torus, a star tetrahedron, to stabilize the vortex and create a usable gateway? His diagrams often featured complex coils and spherical structures. Were these merely functional electrical components, or were they designed with a deeper geometric resonance in mind, intended to shape the very energy fields they generated? Furthermore, could certain locations on Earth, places where natural electromagnetic fields converge, or where ancient structures built with sacred geometry stand, like the Giza pyramids often speculated to be energy devices, act as natural energetic portals or amplifiers for such technology? Did Tesla study these sites? Did he understand that the Earth itself possesses a grid of energetic lines and nodes, ley lines, vortex points, that could potentially be tapped into or resonated with to facilitate the opening of such gateways? The possibility arises that Tesla's lost technology was not just about building a standalone machine, but about understanding how to create a resonant synergy between a technological device, the natural energetic grid of the Earth, and perhaps even the focused consciousness of the operator. If such portals could be created, what would accessing them entail? It likely wouldn't be as simple as walking through a glowing doorway. If the portal is a resonant frequency field, then accessing it would require the individual themselves to achieve a state of resonance with that field. This could involve physical proximity to the generating device, but it almost certainly would also require an internal shift. The operator or traveler would need to attune their own consciousness, their own bioelectric field, to the specific frequency of the portal. This links the concept of portals directly back to the idea of consciousness as frequency. You cannot perceive or enter a reality that you are not a vibrational match for. Therefore, accessing a portal keyed to a higher dimension or a higher state of consciousness would necessitate the individual temporarily, or perhaps permanently, raising their own frequency to match. This suggests that the portal technology itself might be intrinsically linked to soul transformation. The very act of successfully using such a portal would, by definition, require and induce an upgrade in the user's own state of being. The key to the door might lie within the traveler themselves. The implications are staggering. A technology based on these principles would move beyond the manipulation of matter and into the manipulation of reality itself. It suggests a universe far more fluid, interconnected, and responsive to conscious intention than mainstream science currently allows. It hints at a future where the limitations of space, time, and even the perceived boundaries of the self could be transcended through the mastery of frequency and resonance. Did Tesla truly achieve this? Did he map the frequencies of other dimensions? Did he build devices capable of creating stable resonant fields? Did he understand the intricate interplay between electromagnetic energy, space-time geometry, and human consciousness required to open these forbidden doors? The hidden book, the suppressed technology, holds the potential answers. While we may not have the physical schematics, by exploring the fundamental principles of his vibrational universe, we can begin to reconstruct the theoretical framework. We can begin to understand the kind of physics that would make such things possible. We have explored the potential nature and mechanics of energetic portals through the lens of Tesla's resonant universe. Now, we must turn to the second, even more profound promise hinted at in the lost text, the direct application of these principles not just to traverse dimensions, but to fundamentally transform the human soul itself. How could frequency and resonance be used as a technology for accelerated evolution? Our exploration continues into the heart of the soul upgrade. Let us further consider the profound implications of achieving resonance with such a portal field. If accessing a portal keyed to a higher frequency requires the individual to match that frequency, then the portal itself becomes an initiatory device. It is not merely a transport mechanism, but a transformational catalyst. Imagine a portal designed to resonate with a state of profound inner peace or expanded psychic awareness. To even perceive this portal clearly, let alone interact with it stably, one's own chaotic mental static and dense emotional patterns would need to be calmed. The closer you get to the portal's field, the more intensely you would feel the dissonance between your own state and the portal's frequency. This dissonance might manifest as physical discomfort, emotional turmoil, or mental confusion, the energetic equivalent of acoustic feedback when two incompatible frequencies interfere. Therefore, the successful navigation through such a portal would necessitate a temporary, perhaps even lasting entrainment of the individual's own energy field to the portal's higher, more coherent frequency. Entrainment is the scientific principle where independent rhythmic systems tend to synchronize when placed in proximity, like pendulum clocks on a shared wall, eventually swinging in unison. Could Tesla's technology have been designed not just to open a portal, but to act as a powerful resonant entrainment device? Could the field generated by his hypothetical portal machine be so coherent, so powerful, that it gently, or perhaps forcefully, pulls the observer's own chaotic bioenergetic field into alignment with its higher frequency? This suggests a mechanism for the soul upgrade far more direct than simply traveling to a higher dimension. The upgrade could occur in the very act of resonating with the portal field itself. By exposing oneself to a precisely tuned field of extremely high, coherent frequency, could one retune their own energetic signature? Could dormant DNA sequences, the so-called junk DNA, which some esoteric traditions believe hold our latent spiritual potentials, be activated by specific resonant frequencies like striking a tuning fork to make a specific piano string vibrate? Tesla was known to experiment with the effects of electromagnetic fields on the human body and mind. While much of this was framed in terms of therapeutic applications, electromedicine was a burgeoning field in his time. It is conceivable that his deeper research explored the potential for enhancing human capabilities, not just healing ailments. Could specific frequencies stimulate latent psychic senses like telepathy or clairvoyance? Could carefully modulated fields induce altered states of consciousness, providing direct access to the universal core of knowledge he spoke of? If the human body is fundamentally a bioelectric machine, a complex resonant antenna, then it stands to reason that it can be influenced, tuned, and potentially upgraded by external electromagnetic fields, provided those fields are precisely matched to the body's own subtle frequencies. Perhaps Tesla's lost work contained the resonant frequencies of specific human potentials, the frequency of genius, the frequency of profound healing, the frequency of expanded awareness. And perhaps his portal technology was, in part, a delivery system for these frequencies, a way to bathe the human energy field in the precise vibrations needed to awaken these dormant codes. This reframes the energetic portal not just as a doorway out, but as a doorway in, a technology designed to unlock the universe within the human soul. The profound danger here is also apparent. If the wrong frequency is applied, or if an individual is not prepared for the intensity of the entrainment, the results could be catastrophic: psychic shattering, energetic destabilization, madness. This could be one reason why such knowledge, if it ever existed, would have been deemed too dangerous, why they would have hidden the book. Power of this magnitude requires immense wisdom and responsibility. We are deep in the realm of speculation, of course, piecing together fragments from a lost symphony. But the underlying physics, viewed through Tesla's unique lens of universal resonance, provides a compelling, internally consistent framework. A universe of vibration allows for the possibility of tuning forks that resonate across dimensions. A technology that masters frequency holds the potential key not just to manipulating the external world, but to rewriting the very operating system of the human soul. The energetic portal in this expanded view is less about where you go and more about who you become in the process of getting there. It is a crucible of frequency, a resonant gateway designed to catalyze the alchemical transformation of the traveler. We have now explored the theoretical scaffolding of Tesla's potential portal physics, grounding it in his known principles while extrapolating into the esoteric. We have seen how such a technology might function not just spatially, but transformationally. Now we must turn our attention directly to the second great promise, the soul upgrade itself. If portals are one mechanism, what other applications of Tesla's frequency science could be directly aimed at accelerating human evolution and unlocking the hidden powers of consciousness? Our investigation deepens into the resonance of the soul. Chapter 3. The Resonant Spark. Frequency as the key to soul evolution. Having explored the tantalizing possibility of energetic portals woven from frequency and resonance, we now turn to the heart of the matter, the ultimate promise suggested by Tesla's hidden legacy, the direct application of his vibrational science to the upgrade of the human soul itself. What does soul upgrade mean in this context? It signifies a fundamental shift in the operating system of human consciousness. It points towards the potential for activating latent abilities, awakening dormant psychic senses, telepathy, clairvoyance, intuition, unlocking deeper creative potential, or accessing enhanced cognitive functions. Expanding consciousness, moving beyond the limitations of the egoic self into higher states of awareness, unity consciousness, or direct communion with the universal field. Healing energetic imprints, clearing deep-seated emotional wounds, dissolving limiting beliefs stored in the energy field, or even correcting imbalances passed down through ancestral lines. Accelerating spiritual evolution, consciously speeding up the natural process of soul growth and integration, moving towards a state of greater wisdom, compassion, and alignment with one's divine blueprint. How could Tesla's mastery of frequency and resonance possibly achieve such profound internal transformations? The potential mechanisms lie in understanding the human being not just as flesh and blood, but as a complex bioelectric resonance system. The first potential mechanism involves direct resonance with the human biofield. Ancient traditions speak of the aura, chakras, and meridians, a subtle energy anatomy that underlies and informs the physical body. Modern science is beginning to measure the electromagnetic fields generated by the heart and brain. Tesla, with his profound sensitivity to electrical phenomena, almost certainly perceived or intuited this human energy field. Could specific, precisely tuned electromagnetic frequencies be used to interact directly with this biofield? Imagine using a resonant frequency to clear energetic blockages. Like using a specific sound frequency to shatter a kidney stone, could targeted frequencies dissolve stagnant emotional energy or limiting patterns held within the aura or chakras? Tune the chakras. Could each chakra, seen as an energy vortex operating at a specific frequency range, be tuned or brought into perfect coherence using external resonant fields, thereby optimizing the flow of life force, prana or chi through the system? Strengthen the aura. Could exposure to certain coherent frequencies reinforce the integrity and radiance of the biofield, creating a natural shield against negative energies and enhancing overall vitality? Tesla's known work in electromedicine, exploring the therapeutic effects of high-frequency currents, provides a foundation. But the forbidden aspect suggests he may have ventured beyond mere healing into the realm of enhancement, mapping the specific resonant frequencies associated not just with health but with expanded human potential. The second closely related mechanism involves DNA activation via frequency. As mentioned before, the vast majority of our DNA is non-coding, labeled junk by mainstream biology because its function is not understood. Esoteric traditions and some pioneering scientists propose that this junk DNA is anything but junk. It may be a dormant biological archive containing the records of our soul's history, our latent spiritual gifts, and the very blueprint for our divine potential. Could specific frequencies act as resonant keys to unlock this archive? Could precisely tuned electromagnetic waves switch on specific sequences within the non-coding DNA, activating dormant abilities or triggering profound shifts in consciousness? This aligns with theories suggesting DNA acts as a fractal antenna, capable of receiving and transmitting information via electromagnetic signals. Perhaps Tesla discovered the broadcast frequencies needed to activate the next stage of human evolution, encoded within our very cells. The numbers 3, 6, and 9 might relate to the harmonic structure or activation sequences within this biological code. The third mechanism focuses on brainwave entrainment for higher states. The brain operates through electrical impulses, generating brainwaves at different frequencies corresponding to different states of consciousness. Beta for alertness, alpha for relaxation, theta for deep meditation, intuition, delta for deep sleep, gamma for high insight, mystical experiences. Brainwave entrainment, using sound or light pulses, is a known technique to guide the brain towards specific states. Could Tesla have developed a more sophisticated form of entrainment, using precisely modulated electromagnetic fields? Could his technology create an external field that gently, powerfully encourages the brain to enter and sustain states like deep theta or high gamma? This would provide direct technological access to the states of consciousness, usually achieved only through years of dedicated meditative practice. States associated with profound intuition, creative genius, mystical experience, and direct access to the universal core he spoke of. His understanding of the brain as a receiver suggests he may have sought ways to fine-tune its receiving capabilities by adjusting its operating frequency. Crucially, as hinted before, consciousness remains key. It is unlikely that Tesla envisioned a purely passive technology where a person could simply sit in a field and be instantly upgraded. The very nature of consciousness suggests that the intention and state of being of the individual interacting with such a technology would be paramount. Imagine the technology creating a resonant potential, a coherent field tuned to the frequency of, say, unconditional love or expanded awareness. It would still require the individual's conscious willingness, their focused intention, and their own resonant participation to fully integrate that frequency, to allow it to transform their being. The technology might open the door, but the individual must choose to walk through it. It would be a synergistic process, a dance between external frequency and internal resonance between the machine and the soul. This vision of Tesla's potential soul upgrade technology is breathtaking. It portrays a future where science and spirit are not antagonists, but partners in the great work of human evolution. It suggests that the keys to unlocking our deepest potential lie not just in psychological work or spiritual practice alone, but perhaps in a sophisticated understanding and application of the very vibrational laws that govern the cosmos. Did Tesla truly map these frequencies? Did he build devices capable of inducing specific states of being or activating latent DNA? Did his lost book contain the operating manual for the human biocomputer, the resonant keys to unlock our divine potential? While the definitive proof remains hidden, the framework built upon his known science and esoteric hints presents a compelling and internally consistent possibility. It paints a picture of Tesla not just as the father of modern electricity, but as a potential Prometheus of consciousness, seeking to gift humanity with the fire of its own inner divinity, unlocked through the precise and elegant application of frequency and resonance. We have now explored the theoretical underpinnings of both energetic portals and soul upgrades through the lens of Tesla's vibrational universe. But what might these frequencies actually be, and what clues did Tesla leave behind, particularly regarding his enigmatic fascination with the numbers 3, 6, and 9? Our investigation must now turn to the potential keys themselves. We stand at the threshold, having explored the profound potential of Tesla's vibrational science to weave energetic portals and even catalyze the evolution of the soul itself. We understand the theoretical framework, a universe of frequency and resonance, a human being as a complex bioelectric antenna, and consciousness as the ultimate observer capable of interacting with the quantum field. But theory alone does not open doors. Alchemy requires not just the understanding of principles, but the knowledge of specific formulas, precise measurements, the keys that unlock the transformation. If Tesla truly discovered a path to manipulating reality and upgrading consciousness through frequency, what were these specific keys? What frequencies? What patterns? What codes did he deem so fundamental that they would have hidden his work? While the specifics remain shrouded in the mystery of his lost notes, Tesla left behind tantalizing clues, none more famous or enigmatic than his fascination with the numbers 3, 6, and 9. He is famously quoted as saying, "If you only knew the magnificence of the 3, 6, and 9, then you would have a key to the universe." This was not a casual remark. By all accounts, Tesla was deeply, almost obsessively, focused on these numbers, incorporating them into his life and work in deliberate ways. He would reportedly walk around a block 3 times before entering a building, use 18 napkins, divisible by 9, 6, and 3 when dining, and calculate the nodal points around the planet, finding connections to these numbers. Why? What is the secret held within this numerical trinity? To understand, we must step briefly into the world of vortex mathematics and sacred geometry, fields that, while often dismissed by mainstream science, held deep meaning for ancient cultures and seemingly for Tesla himself. In vortex mathematics, a system rediscovered or popularized by Marco Rodin, the numbers 3, 6, and 9 represent a higher dimensional energy, the very animating force or spirit that influences the physical world, represented by the numbers 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 8, which follow a repeating doubling circuit. The 3, 6, and 9 are seen as the key to understanding how energy manifests and flows, the underlying pattern of the vortex that creates matter from the ether. They are the dimensional axis, the unseen force governing the scene. If Tesla believed these numbers held the key to the universe, it's highly likely he saw them not just as mathematical abstractions, but as fundamental vibrational ratios or geometric patterns underpinning the fabric of reality. Consider music. The harmonic relationships between notes, the very essence of harmony and dissonance, are based on precise mathematical ratios. An octave is a 2.1 ratio. A perfect fifth is a 3.2 ratio. Could the numbers 3, 6, and 9 represent the fundamental harmonic ratios of the cosmos itself? The frequencies that create stability, coherence, and the very structure of matter and energy fields? If so, then generating a technology based on these specific numerical relationships, perhaps frequencies measured in hertz, that are multiples or fractions of 3, 6, and 9, or perhaps ratios between multiple oscillating fields, could be the key to creating a perfectly harmonic resonant field. A field that resonates not just with one specific object, but with the underlying structure of reality itself. A field capable of profound influence. Could these numbers be the tuning frequencies for the ether? Could applying energy modulated with the harmonic signature of 3, 6, and 9 be the way to create those stable etheric vortices, the energetic portals we discussed? Could these specific ratios be the key to unlocking the resonant activation codes within our own DNA? Furthermore, Tesla's work was deeply intertwined with geometry. His coils were precisely wound. His transmitters often involved spherical or toroidal, donut-shaped forms. Ancient cultures also intrinsically linked numbers, geometry, and frequency. They built structures like the pyramids with incredible geometric precision, believing these shapes could interact with the Earth's energy field. They created intricate mandalas and yantras, geometric patterns used in meditation to achieve altered states of consciousness. Could the numbers 3, 6, and 9 relate to specific sacred geometries that are essential for creating and stabilizing these powerful resonant fields? The number 3 relates to the triangle, the simplest stable structure, and the Trinity found in many spiritual traditions. The number 6 relates to the hexagon, found in nature's structures like honeycombs and snowflakes, and the Star of David or Seal of Solomon, two interlocking triangles representing the union of opposites, spirit and matter. The number 9, often seen as the number of completion, relates to the circle and the spiral, fundamental patterns of cosmic energy flow. Perhaps Tesla's technology required not just the right frequencies, tuned to 3, 6, 9 harmonics, but also the right shape for the emitting device or the resulting field, configured according to these fundamental geometric principles. A coil wound according to specific ratios based on 3, 6, 9. A spherical capacitor pulsed at frequencies related to these numbers. A generated field shaped into a toroidal vortex, the pattern of energy flow seen from galaxies down to atoms. The combination of frequency, tuned to 3, 6, 9 harmonics, and form, shaped by sacred geometry, could be the two primary keys required to create a stable, coherent, and powerful resonant field capable of interacting with the ether, space-time, or consciousness itself. This suggests that Tesla's lost book might have contained not just electrical schematics, but perhaps diagrams of specific geometric forms, tables of resonant frequencies based on the 3, 6, 9 sequence, and instructions on how to combine these elements to create specific effects. Opening a portal, stimulating a chakra, activating a latent ability. It also implies that the technology might not be purely mechanical. If consciousness itself operates on frequency, and if focused intention can influence the quantum field, perhaps the operator's own ability to hold a state of being resonant with the 3, 6, 9 frequencies, perhaps related to states of harmony, balance, and divine connection, is a necessary component. The technology might amplify and focus the user's own inner state, requiring a synergy between the external device and the internal consciousness. We are piecing together a puzzle with many missing pieces, but by combining Tesla's known obsessions with the echoes of ancient wisdom and the fringes of modern physics, a fascinating picture emerges. A picture of a universe built on harmonic principles, accessible through the mastery of specific frequencies and geometric forms, potentially unlocked by the enigmatic code of 3, 6, and 9. These are the potential keys. The resonant frequencies derived from cosmic harmonics, the stable forms born from sacred geometry, and the mysterious power of the numbers 3, 6, and 9, perhaps representing the very signature of the animating force behind reality itself. If Tesla truly deciphered this code, he held a power far beyond mere electricity. He held the potential keys to becoming a conscious architect of reality, a tuner of souls, a true master of the universe's electric symphony. Now that we have explored the potential keys, we must confront the implications. What would it mean to actually use such a technology? What are the potential benefits, and what are the profound dangers that might have led to its suppression? In our next chapter, we will delve into the transformative promise and the potential perils of activating Tesla's forbidden legacy. We have now assembled the theoretical components of a technology so profound it borders on the mythological. A technology born from Nikola Tesla's vision of a universe alive with vibration and resonance. A technology potentially capable of weaving energetic portals through the fabric of space-time and catalyzing the very evolution of the human soul, unlocked by the enigmatic keys of frequency, geometry, and the cosmic code of 3, 6, and 9. If such a technology were possible, if Tesla truly held these keys or even glimpsed the locks they might open, the implications stretch far beyond mere scientific curiosity. We stand before a double-edged sword of immense power, capable of either ushering in a golden age of human potential or unleashing forces that could shatter our very understanding of existence. We must now, with sober minds and clear eyes, contemplate both the luminous promise and the terrifying peril inherent in such forbidden knowledge. Let us first gaze upon the light, the almost utopian potential that such a mastery over frequency could unlock. Imagine first the promise of accelerated evolution. Humanity's spiritual growth for millennia has been a slow, arduous climb, dependent on lifetimes of experience, rare moments of grace, or years of dedicated meditative practice. What if Tesla's technology offered a way to consciously accelerate this process? Imagine resonant fields precisely tuned to activate dormant strands of DNA, awakening latent psychic abilities, telepathy, clairvoyance, profound intuition, not just in a gifted few, but potentially accessible to all. Imagine brainwave entrainment technologies far beyond our current crude methods, capable of safely guiding consciousness into sustained states of deep insight, creative genius, or even samadhi, the direct experience of unity with the universal core. This would not just be self-help, it would be technologically assisted enlightenment, a quantum leap in human potential, unlocking the God mode whispered about in our title. Consider the potential for global healing. If all matter is frequency, then illness, both physical and mental, can be understood as a state of energetic dissonance, a part of the symphony playing out of tune. Tesla himself explored electromedicine, but what if his lost work contained the precise resonant frequencies of perfect health? Could targeted fields restore harmony to diseased cells, gently correcting imbalances without invasive surgery or toxic chemicals? Could specific frequencies calm the chaotic neural patterns of anxiety, depression, or trauma, offering rapid and profound mental healing? Could this technology even extend beyond the human body to heal the Earth itself, using resonance to neutralize pollutants, purify water, or even restore balance to damaged ecosystems? The potential for alleviating suffering on a global scale is almost unimaginable. Then there is the promise of interdimensional understanding. If energetic portals could truly be created and stabilized, what knowledge awaits us beyond the veil of our limited perception? Access to other dimensions could provide perspectives that shatter our current scientific and philosophical paradigms. Imagine communicating with intelligences operating on entirely different frequencies, learning about the structure of the multiverse, or accessing the vast energetic library of the cosmos, the Akashic records, not just through fleeting psychic glimpses, but through a stable technological interface. This would be the ultimate exploration, expanding our understanding of reality far beyond the confines of our small planet and our linear perception of time. Ultimately, the greatest promise lies in the potential for reunification with Source. Tesla spoke of a core from which all knowledge and power originates. If his technology could create a resonant field perfectly attuned to this core frequency, could it facilitate a direct, unmediated experience of the fundamental unity of all existence? Could it offer a reliable pathway to the mystical experience, the dissolution of the separate self into the infinite ocean of being? This would be the final frontier, the technological fulfillment of humanity's deepest spiritual yearning, the conscious return to the source. This luminous potential is breathtaking. It paints a picture of a future where humanity, empowered by a deep understanding of cosmic harmony, transcends limitation, heals its wounds, and steps into its true potential as co-creators of reality. It is easy to see why such a vision would have captivated Tesla. But every great power casts a long shadow, and the very same principles that promise liberation also hold the potential for unimaginable destruction and control. We must now turn our gaze with equal honesty to the dark side of this double-edged sword. The most obvious peril is weaponization, a technology capable of manipulating energy fields, space-time, and potentially consciousness itself would be the ultimate weapon. Imagine frequency devices designed not to heal, but to induce fear, confusion, or submission on a massive scale. Imagine portals used not for exploration, but for undetectable infiltration or the deployment of unimaginable forces. Imagine resonant fields capable of destabilizing planetary systems or shattering the very fabric of local reality. In the wrong hands, a technology born from cosmic harmony could become the ultimate instrument of tyranny and destruction. The potential for misuse is so vast, so catastrophic, that it alone could be reason enough for its suppression. Beyond overt weaponization lies the subtle but perhaps equally terrifying peril of psychic destabilization. Our current human consciousness, largely operating from the ego and conditioned by millennia of survival programming, may simply not be ready for the sudden, forced expansion that such technology promises. What happens when a mind unprepared is suddenly flooded with psychic information it cannot process? What happens when the ego boundaries dissolve not through gentle spiritual practice, but through an overwhelming technological force? The result could be mass psychosis, dissociation, energetic overload, or the shattering of the very sense of self required to function in the world. Evolution perhaps proceeds at a certain pace for a reason. To artificially accelerate it without the requisite wisdom and integration could be disastrous. The upgrade might crash the system. Then there are the ethical nightmares. If consciousness can be influenced or upgraded by external fields, who decides what constitutes an upgrade? Who controls the frequencies? Could such technology be used for subtle or overt forms of mind control, enforcing conformity or suppressing dissent on an energetic level? What are the unforeseen consequences of healing past traumas energetically? Does it erase vital lessons learned? If portals allow access to other dimensions, what are the ethical protocols for interacting with potential intelligences residing there? The potential for unforeseen consequences and ethical violations is staggering, opening a Pandora's box of cosmic proportions. Furthermore, we must consider the ego trap of the operator. Access to such godlike power, the ability to manipulate reality, potentially influence minds or traverse dimensions, would be the ultimate test for the human ego. Even with the best intentions, the temptation to use this power for personal gain, for control, or out of a misguided sense of spiritual superiority could be immense. History is replete with tales of individuals corrupted by far lesser powers. Could the creators or controllers of such technology become precisely the tyrants they initially sought to liberate humanity from? The archetype of the fallen master, the one who mistakes their connection to power for personal divinity, looms large. These perils, weaponization, psychic destabilization, ethical nightmares, and the ego trap, paint a sobering picture. They provide a compelling counter-argument to the utopian promise. They illuminate the profound reason why they might have hidden the book. It may not have been purely out of a desire to control humanity, but perhaps also out of a genuine, albeit paternalistic fear. A fear that humanity, in its current state of consciousness, consumed by fear, greed, and division, was simply too immature, too volatile to be trusted with the keys to the kingdom. Perhaps the suppression was seen as a necessary quarantine, protecting us from a power we were not yet wise enough to wield. The technology itself, like any tool, is likely neutral. A hammer can build a house or it can destroy a life. The resonant frequencies, the portal keys, are simply forces of nature. It is the consciousness that wields them, the intention behind their use, that determines whether they become instruments of liberation or tools of unimaginable suffering. The double-edged sword hangs suspended. On one side, the potential for a quantum leap in human evolution, healing and understanding. On the other, the spectre of control, chaos, and self-destruction. Tesla, standing perhaps closer to this precipice than any other modern scientist, must have grappled with this profound duality. Did his lost work contain not just the schematics for power, but also the wisdom for its responsible use? Did it outline the necessary evolution of consciousness required to safely handle such forces? Or did he, in his final years, perhaps choose to obscure or even destroy his most radical discoveries, deeming the risks too great? We have contemplated the dazzling light and the terrifying darkness inherent in Tesla's forbidden legacy. We see the magnitude of what might have been lost, or what might still be waiting to be rediscovered. Now we must turn to the legacy itself. What fragments of this knowledge might have survived? And how can we, today, begin to safely and responsibly explore these principles in our own lives? The sheer magnitude of this potential, both light and dark, forces us to confront the profound responsibility that accompanies true knowledge. If Tesla glimpsed or even fully grasped the principles behind such world-altering technology, he stood at a crossroads faced by few in human history. Did he see humanity as ready for such a leap? Did he believe that the potential for liberation outweighed the risk of misuse? Or did the shadows cast by his own discoveries give him pause, leading him down a path of deliberate obscurity in his later years? His documented life certainly took a turn. The bold pronouncements of global wireless power gave way to more withdrawn, eccentric behavior. His funding dried up. Rivals like Marconi eclipsed him in the public eye, often using Tesla's own patented ideas. And he died in relative poverty and isolation, his most radical work potentially confiscated or lost to time. Was this the tragic trajectory of a genius misunderstood and suppressed by lesser minds and vested interests? Or was it, in part, a conscious choice? A recognition that the world, entangled in its own patterns of conflict and greed, was simply not prepared for the keys to the cosmos he may have held. Consider the state of the world in the early to mid-20th century, engulfed in 2 world wars, driven by burgeoning industrial capitalism and nationalistic fervor. Introducing a technology capable of manipulating consciousness, accessing other dimensions, or providing limitless energy into that specific collective field would have been throwing a match into a powder keg. Perhaps Tesla, the visionary who saw the universe as a symphony, understood that the orchestra of humanity was playing a discordant and dangerous tune, utterly unprepared for an instrument of infinite power. His famous quote, "The present is theirs, the future for which I have really worked is mine," takes on a poignant, almost prophetic quality in this light. Was he speaking not just of the eventual recognition of his electrical inventions, but of a deeper vibrational legacy? A seed of knowledge planted, perhaps intentionally fragmented and hidden, waiting for a future humanity, a future state of consciousness, sufficiently evolved to rediscover and wield it wisely. The very act of hiding the book, if it occurred, becomes a complex message. It speaks not only of the controller's fear, but potentially of the inventor's own profound caution. It suggests that the technology is intrinsically linked to the consciousness that uses it. The keys only fit the lock when the hand holding them is steady, the heart pure, and the intention aligned with the harmony of the cosmos. Therefore, the legacy left behind might not be a complete, easy-to-follow schematic, but a trail of resonant breadcrumbs, the principles of vibration and frequency woven through his known work. The enigmatic puzzle of 3, 6, and 9, the hints of non-Hertzian energies, the underlying philosophy of a living electric universe. These fragments are perhaps the true inheritance, not a finished machine, but the foundational understanding required for us to potentially rebuild or reconceive such a technology when we are ready. The promise and the peril remain inextricably linked. To pursue this knowledge is to accept the immense responsibility that comes with it. It requires not just scientific brilliance, but spiritual maturity. It demands that the explorer, seeking to unlock Tesla's portals, first embarks on the even more crucial journey of unlocking their own heart, clearing their own shadows, and aligning their own frequency with the highest good. We have now contemplated the dazzling heights and the terrifying depths of Tesla's forbidden technology. We understand the stakes, We feel the weight of the potential. The question that remains is, where do we go from here? If the book is hidden, if the schematics are lost, how can we, the inheritors of this fragmented legacy, begin to safely and responsibly explore these principles in our own lives? How do we become the future that Tesla worked for? We have journeyed through the theoretical landscape of Nikola Tesla's most forbidden concepts. We have glimpsed the potential of energetic portals woven from frequency and resonance, capable perhaps of bridging dimensions or states of being. We have contemplated the awesome power of using vibrational science to catalyze the very evolution of the human soul, activating latent potentials and expanding consciousness. We have weighed the luminous promise against the terrifying peril, understanding the profound responsibility that such power entails and the potential reasons for its suppression. The lost book may remain hidden. The physical schematics may be locked away or destroyed. The keys to the kingdom, in their tangible technological form, seem frustratingly out of reach. And so, the crucial question arises. Was Tesla's ultimate legacy meant to be found only in external machines, or did he perhaps leave behind a different kind of blueprint, a blueprint etched not on paper, but within the very fabric of the resonant universe he understood so well? A legacy accessible not through building his devices, but through becoming like him, a finely tuned receiver, a conscious resonator, an explorer of the inner cosmos. This is the sixth key. It is the understanding that the most potent and accessible way to engage with Tesla's forbidden legacy is not by trying to replicate his external technology, but by cultivating the internal technology he himself embodied. It is about reclaiming the echoes of his wisdom that reverberate within the ether, within the earth, and within the very core of your own being. If the universe operates on frequency and resonance, and if consciousness is the ultimate observer and tuner, then the most powerful resonant device you will ever possess is already within you. It is your own mind-body-spirit system. Tesla was not just a builder of coils and capacitors, he was a master of his own inner state, capable of profound focus, visualization, and intuitive connection. Perhaps the true forbidden technology is not a machine, but a state of being. How can we today begin to tune ourselves to resonate with the principles Tesla understood? How can we safely and responsibly explore the potential of frequency and resonance to upgrade our own souls, even without his lost machines? The first practice is becoming a conscious resonator. Tesla understood that everything has a frequency. This includes your own thoughts, emotions, and state of being. The journey begins by taking radical responsibility for the frequency you are broadcasting. This involves diligently applying the principles we have explored in previous contexts, now viewed through the lens of Tesla's science. Mastering your inner state. Recognize that your dominant emotional state, fear, anger, peace, joy, is a powerful electromagnetic broadcast. Use tools like breathwork, mindfulness, and heart coherence practices, like those researched by the HeartMath Institute, which echo Tesla's focus on electromagnetism, to consciously shift your state from chaotic dissonance to harmonious coherence. You are tuning your own biotransmitter. The power of focused intention. Tesla demonstrated the power of visualization. Treat your focused thoughts and intentions not as idle wishes, but as precise energetic signals. Practice holding clear, unwavering mental images of your desired state of being, health, clarity, connection, infusing them with the elevated emotions of gratitude and joy. You are using your consciousness as a focused transmitter, sending a coherent signal into the field. Curating your frequency diet. Be ruthlessly mindful of the frequencies you allow into your field. The chaotic news, the dissonant music, the draining interactions. These interfere with your own resonance. Choose environments, sounds, information, and people that uplift and harmonize your frequency. You are protecting the clarity of your broadcast signal. By becoming a conscious resonator, you are aligning your own energy field with the principles of harmony and coherence that Tesla understood were fundamental to the universe. You are becoming a clearer channel, a more powerful observer. The second practice is tuning into the Earth's symphony. Tesla saw the Earth not as a dead rock, but as a giant resonant sphere humming with its own natural frequencies, like the Schumann resonances, averaging around 783 Hz, a frequency that falls within the human brainwave range of alpha-theta. He believed these natural frequencies were vital for life and could be harnessed. You can consciously tune into this planetary symphony, grounding, spend time in nature, walk barefoot on the earth, touch trees, feel the physical connection. This is not just a poetic act, it is an energetic one. You are physically connecting your bioelectric system to the vast, stabilizing electromagnetic field of the planet. You are grounding your circuit. Sound resonance. Experiment with sound healing modalities that utilize frequencies known to be harmonious or resonant with natural states. Solfeggio frequencies, binaural beats tuned to specific brainwave states, like theta for intuition, mirroring Tesla's brain as receiver concept, or simply listening to the sounds of nature. You are using external sound resonance to help tune your internal state. Harmonizing with 369 subtly. While we may not know Tesla's exact formulas, you can explore the feeling associated with these numbers in esoteric traditions. 3. Creativity, connection. 6. Harmony, balance, healing. 9. Completion, wisdom, universal love. Meditate on these qualities. Bring them into your intentions. You are aligning your consciousness with the potential archetypal energies these cosmic keys represent. By tuning into the Earth's natural frequencies and exploring harmonic resonances, you are practicing the art of aligning yourself with the larger cosmic symphony, just as Tesla sought to do with his technology. The third practice is developing your inner receiver. Tesla believed the brain was a receiver for knowledge from a universal core. Your intuition, your psychic senses, are the antennae of this receiver. The lost technology might have aimed to amplify this reception externally, but you can cultivate it internally. Cultivate silence. Regular meditation is non-negotiable. You must quiet the static of the conscious mind to perceive the subtle signals from the field. Practice listening to the silence. Trust your intuitive hits. Pay attention to gut feelings, flashes of insight, synchronicities. Validate them when they occur. Keep a journal. The more you trust and act on your intuition, the stronger the signal becomes. You are improving your receiver's sensitivity. Practice remote viewing sensing. Engage in exercises designed to perceive information beyond your physical senses, always with ethical considerations. Even simple practices like trying to sense who is calling before looking at your phone or feeling the energy of a room strengthen your intuitive muscles. You are training your antenna. By developing your inner receiver, you are accessing the very core of knowledge Tesla spoke of directly, without the need for an external machine. You are becoming the technology. This internal work is not a substitute for the potential power of Tesla's lost physical devices, but it may be the necessary prerequisite. Perhaps the external technology can only function or can only be wielded safely by a consciousness that has already achieved a certain level of internal coherence, intuitive development, and vibrational mastery. Perhaps by doing this inner work, we are not just improving our own lives. We are collectively raising our frequency to a level where the rediscovery or reemergence of Tesla's forbidden knowledge becomes not just possible, but safe and beneficial. We are becoming the resonant field that can attract that knowledge back into the world. The echoes of Tesla's genius are not just in old patents or speculative documents. They are woven into the very fabric of the electric universe he perceived. They resonate in the Schumann frequencies of the Earth. They vibrate within the dormant potential of your own DNA. They whisper in the silence accessible through your own attuned consciousness. The lost book may be hidden, but the library of the cosmos is open. The magnifying transmitter may be dismantled, but the resonant potential of your own heart and mind is infinite. Reclaiming Tesla's legacy begins not by searching for his lost machines, but by becoming the living embodiment of his vibrational principles. You become the key. You become the portal. You become the upgraded soul. But even as we embark on this path of inner alchemy, honoring Tesla's legacy, we must remain aware of the potential pitfalls, the self-deceptions, and the subtle dangers that arise when exploring the frontiers of consciousness and energy. Our final chapter, must address the crucial need for discernment, grounding, and ethical navigation on this profound journey. We have reached the culmination of our theoretical reconstruction, piecing together the echoes of Nikola Tesla's most forbidden potential. We have explored a universe humming with vibration and resonance, envisioned energetic portals woven from frequency and geometry, contemplated the awesome possibility of technologically assisted soul evolution keyed to cosmic harmonics, and finally discovered that the most potent way to engage with this legacy lies within the resonant capacity of our own consciousness. The path forward is not one of blindly replicating speculated machines, but of embodying the principles, of becoming the conscious resonator, tuning into the Earth's symphony, developing our inner receiver. This inner work is profound, empowering, and holds the key to unlocking our own latent potential. However, any journey into the frontiers of consciousness and energy manipulation, especially one inspired by a figure as enigmatic and powerful as Tesla, requires more than just enthusiasm. It demands wisdom, discernment, grounding, and an unwavering ethical compass. This final chapter is not about new techniques, but about the essential safeguards, the navigational charts required to explore these potent territories safely and responsibly. The first principle is absolute discernment. As you begin to open your intuitive channels, as you start experimenting with frequencies or altered states, you will encounter information and energies from sources beyond your normal perception. Not all of these sources are beneficial or truthful. Just as the internet contains both profound wisdom and dangerous misinformation, the subtle energy realms are similarly diverse. Question everything. Do not accept any channeled message, intuitive hit, or downloaded information as absolute truth without first filtering it through your own heart's resonance and critical thinking. Does it feel loving? Does it feel empowering? Does it respect free will? Does it resonate with your deepest sense of inner knowing? Any information that promotes fear, separation, hierarchy, or dependence should be treated with extreme caution. Know your source. Practice identifying the feeling signature of your own higher self, your core essence. This becomes your baseline, your tuning fork against which you can compare other energies or messages. Learn to recognize the calm, loving, neutral frequency of your true guidance, distinct from the potentially charged or manipulative frequencies of other sources. Beware the spiritual ego. As your abilities expand, the ego can subtly hijack the process. Be vigilant against feelings of spiritual superiority, the belief that you have exclusive access to truth, or the temptation to use your insights to control or impress others. True power is always accompanied by profound humility. The second principle is unyielding grounding. Exploring higher frequencies and subtle realms requires a strong anchor in the physical. Without grounding, you risk becoming unmoored, psychically scattered, or susceptible to energetic interference. Prioritize physical well-being. Your body is your vessel and your anchor. Maintain healthy habits, proper nutrition, sufficient sleep, regular movement. A strong, healthy body creates a stable, energetic container. Connect with nature daily. As discussed, grounding in the Earth's field is crucial. Make time each day for direct contact with nature, even if it's just tending to a houseplant or mindfully breathing fresh air. This stabilizes your energy field. Stay engaged with ordinary life. Do not abandon your human responsibilities, your relationships, or your practical needs in pursuit of purely esoteric experiences. Folding laundry, paying bills, having conversations with loved ones. These mundane acts keep you tethered to the physical plane and integrate your spiritual growth into tangible reality. An ungrounded mystic is ineffective and potentially unstable. The third and most vital principle is ethical intention. Power, especially the subtle power to influence energy and potentially consciousness, demands impeccable ethics. Your intention is the steering wheel of your energetic work. The law of non-interference. Never attempt to use frequency, resonance, or focused intention to manipulate or control the free will of another being. Do not try to force someone to love you, heal them without their permission, or influence their thoughts against their will. This creates negative karmic consequences and ultimately distorts your own energy field. Focus solely on your own inner state, and allow others their sovereign journey. Service from wholeness. If you choose to use your developing abilities or understanding to help others, e.g., through healing modalities or guidance, always do so from a place of personal energetic fullness and clarity. Do not attempt to heal others as a way to heal yourself. Ensure your intention is pure service, free from egoic needs for validation or control. Respect the mystery. Acknowledge that you are dealing with forces and intelligences far beyond your current comprehension. Approach this work with reverence, humility, and a willingness to learn, rather than an arrogant assumption of mastery. Some doors are closed for a reason. Some knowledge is revealed only when the soul is truly prepared. Tesla himself, though driven by a powerful scientific curiosity, often spoke of the need for humanity to evolve ethically alongside its technological advancements. He dreamed of a world united by communication and free energy, a world where war would become obsolete. The ultimate purpose of harnessing the universe's power, in his grandest vision, was the betterment and elevation of all humankind. To truly honor his legacy, therefore, is not just to decode his science, but to embody his highest ideals. It is to approach the secrets of the universe not as a means to personal power or gain, but as a sacred trust. It is to commit to using whatever knowledge and abilities we uncover for the purpose of healing, connection, and the collective awakening of consciousness. The forbidden knowledge is forbidden perhaps only because we have been forbidden from accessing the wisdom required to wield it. The path forward lies in cultivating that wisdom within ourselves, in becoming the kind of beings who can be trusted with the keys to the cosmos. As you continue your own exploration, inspired by the echoes of Tesla's genius, may you always walk with discernment as your compass, grounding as your anchor, and ethical intention as your guiding light. The universe reveals its deepest secrets not just to the clever, but to the pure of heart. The book may be hidden, but the universe itself is open. Read it wisely, explore it responsibly, and become the future Tesla dreamed of. We have navigated the labyrinth of Nikola Tesla's most profound and potentially world-altering ideas. We have glimpsed a universe built on the elegant principles of frequency and resonance, a reality far more fluid and interconnected than our limited senses reveal. We have contemplated technologies capable of weaving energetic portals and catalyzing soul evolution, keyed perhaps to the cosmic harmonics of 3, 6, and 9. We have weighed the immense promise against the equally immense peril, acknowledging the profound wisdom and ethical responsibility required to wield such power. And we have discovered that the most immediate and accessible path to engaging with this legacy lies not in searching for lost machines, but in cultivating the resonant potential within our own consciousness. The journey inward, becoming the conscious resonator, tuning into the Earth's symphony, developing the inner receiver, and walking the path with discernment, grounding, and ethical intention, is not merely a personal spiritual practice. It is, perhaps, the very key to unlocking the future Tesla envisioned. This leads us to the 8th key, a vision that shifts our focus from the individual alchemist to the collective transformation. It is the understanding of humanity as the activated technology. Consider this profound possibility. What if Tesla's most forbidden technology was never truly meant to be solely embodied in external machines of wire and coil? What if the machines were merely catalysts, training wheels, designed to awaken and amplify a power that already resides, dormant, within the human collective itself? Think of humanity not as billions of separate individuals, but as a vast, interconnected bioenergetic network, a planetary consciousness grid. Each human being is a node in this grid, a potential transmitter and receiver of energy and information. Currently, due to the filters of our senses, the conditioning of our minds, and the dissonance of our collective fears and traumas, this grid operates at a very low level of coherence and efficiency. The signal is weak, scattered, and filled with static. What if Tesla's ultimate vision, the true purpose behind his explorations into resonance and frequency, was to discover the means to bring this entire planetary grid into a state of coherent resonance, to harmonize the human collective? Imagine the implications. If a single coherent human consciousness can demonstrably affect the quantum field, as suggested by the observer effect and numerous subtle energy experiments, what could billions of human consciousnesses achieve if they were brought into a state of harmonic resonance, vibrating in unison with frequencies of peace, love, and unity? Could this collective coherence itself be the ultimate portal? Not a localized gateway in space-time, but a global shift in perception, allowing humanity as a whole to access higher states of awareness, deeper connection to the universal core, and perhaps even unlock latent collective abilities. Could this collective resonance be the ultimate soul upgrade? Not an individual technological boost, but a species-wide evolutionary leap, triggered by achieving a critical mass of inner harmony and coherence? This perspective reframes Tesla's lost technology in a startling new light. Perhaps the machines capable of generating powerful resonant fields were intended not as endpoints, but as initiatory devices for the collective. Imagine strategically placed resonant transmitters, perhaps amplifying the Earth's natural frequencies, designed simply to gently nudge the human biofield towards greater coherence, to quiet the collective static, to make it easier for individuals to awaken their own inner receivers and connect to their own inherent power. The technology would not force the upgrade. It would create the optimal energetic environment for the upgrade to occur organically, from within. It would be a planetary tuning fork, designed to help humanity find its own most harmonious note. This aligns perfectly with the emphasis on ethical navigation and inner work we discussed. Such a technology, used prematurely on a dissonant and fearful collective, could indeed be disastrous. But used wisely, in conjunction with humanity's own conscious effort to heal and harmonize, it could become a powerful catalyst for a global renaissance. If this vision holds truth, then the path forward becomes clear. The reason they hid the book, and the reason it may remain hidden, is perhaps because the necessary foundation, a sufficient level of collective human coherence, has not yet been achieved. The hardware, humanity, is not yet ready to run the advanced software, Tesla's potential tech. Therefore, the most potent way to reclaim Tesla's legacy, the most direct path to potentially manifesting a future where such knowledge can safely emerge, is through the dedicated pursuit of our own inner coherence and through the conscious radiation of that coherence into the collective field. Every act of personal healing you undertake, every shadow you integrate, every limiting belief you rewrite, clears static, not just from your own field, but sends a subtle harmonizing ripple through the entire human grid. Every moment you choose peace over conflict, compassion over judgment, gratitude over fear, you are contributing a coherent frequency to the collective song. Every time you practice grounding, connecting with the Earth's stabilizing energy, you strengthen the foundation of the entire planetary network. Every time you cultivate your intuition, opening your channel to the universal core, you become a clearer node, enhancing the grid's overall capacity for receiving wisdom. You are not just working on yourself, you are contributing to the readiness of the whole. You are becoming a living embodiment of the very technology Tesla may have sought to create. You are becoming the activated node, the resonant cell, within the awakening planetary consciousness. This perspective shifts the focus from passively waiting for a lost technology to be revealed to actively participating in creating the conditions necessary for its safe emergence. The future Tesla worked for is not just built with machines, it is built with consciousness. It is built by us. The Forbidden Book may hold schematics, frequencies, codes, but the ultimate key, the master frequency that unlocks its potential for good, might be the coherent, resonant field generated by a humanity that has finally chosen peace over fear, unity over separation, love over limitation. Our individual inner alchemy becomes the collective catalyst. Our personal soul upgrade contributes to the potential upgrade of the species. We become the resonant future Tesla envisioned. One conscious breath, one healed wound, one radiated frequency at a time. The echoes of his work are calling us not just to remember his genius, but to become the future he believed was possible. The technology is potentially within us, waiting for the collective field to reach the necessary coherence for its activation. We have explored the potential technology, its promise, its peril, the keys, and the path of inner resonance. Now, we must begin to weave these threads together. How might these principles be practically, though perhaps subtly, applied today? What are the immediate steps, the safe experiments we can undertake to begin experiencing and contributing to this resonant future? We have journeyed through the vast theoretical landscape, inspired by Nikola Tesla's potential forbidden knowledge. We have envisioned a universe alive with vibration, portals woven from frequency, souls capable of resonant upgrades, and humanity itself as a latent planetary technology awaiting activation. We understand the principles, we feel the potential, but the question inevitably arises: how do we bridge this chasm between profound theory and tangible experience? If the lost book and its specific technologies remain beyond our grasp, are we left with nothing but fascinating speculation? Or can we, using the understanding we have gleaned, begin to conduct our own safe, ethical, and personal experiments in resonance? Can we turn our own lives, our own bodies, our own environments into living alchemists' workshops, subtly applying Tesla's principles to explore the frontiers of energy and consciousness? This is the ninth key. It is the shift from passive understanding to active exploration. It requires acknowledging that we may not have Tesla's magnifying transmitter, but we possess the core components: consciousness, the observer and tuner; energy, our own biofield; and access to the universal field of frequency and resonance. Let us explore three areas where we can begin these subtle, yet potentially profound experiments. These are not about replicating lost technology, but about embodying its underlying principles. Experiment 1. Creating resonant environments. Tesla understood the power of fields, shapes, and frequencies to influence energy. While we cannot build a Wardenclyffe tower in our backyard, we can become conscious curators of the energetic environment in our personal spaces, our homes, our workspaces, our meditation areas. Sonic tuning. Sound is vibration made audible. Experiment consciously with sound frequencies known for their harmonizing effects. Geometric harmonics. Both Tesla and ancient traditions recognized the power of shape. Introduce sacred geometry into your environment. Place a simple crystal pyramid, a flower of life pattern, or a toroidal sculpture in your space. Meditate while visualizing these perfect, harmonious forms within your own energy field. While the effects may be subtle, you are experimenting with the principle that specific geometries can structure and harmonize energy fields, creating a more coherent, resonant environment. Consider the natural geometry of plants and crystals as inherent resonators. Natural field enhancement with caution. Explore technologies designed to harmonize electromagnetic fields, EMF, in your home, inspired by Tesla's understanding of pervasive environmental energies. Research devices based on principles like orgone energy, Wilhelm Reich's controversial concept, yet sharing thematic resonance with Tesla's ether, or passive scalar wave antennas. Approach these with discernment, focusing on reputable sources, and most importantly, your own felt sense of their effect. Are they creating a feeling of greater calm, clarity, or vitality in your space? You are experimenting with modulating the energetic soup you live within. The goal here is not to create a magical force field, but to consciously cultivate an environment that supports your own inner coherence. You are creating a physical space that resonates with the principles of harmony and order, making it easier for your own biofield to maintain its balance and clarity. You are applying Tesla's field principles on a personal scale. Experiment 2. Frequency medicine for the self. Tesla explored the therapeutic potential of electricity and frequency. While we lack his specific devices, we can explore how applying resonant principles might subtly influence our own well-being. Intentional sound healing. Use your own voice. Toning, sustaining simple vowel sounds, creates vibrations that resonate directly within your body. Experiment with toning different sounds and notice where you feel the vibration most strongly, e.g., ah often resonates in the heart, om in the head and chest. Intend for the sound to clear energetic blockages or soothe areas of discomfort. You are using your own body as a resonant instrument for self-healing. Consider instruments like tuning forks or crystal bowls, applying their pure frequencies with focused intention to specific energy centers, chakras, or areas needing balance. Light as information. Explore gentle forms of light therapy, chromotherapy. Meditate while visualizing specific colors filling your energy field, understanding that each color is simply a different frequency of visible light. Associate colors with intentions, e.g., green for healing, blue for calm communication, violet for spiritual connection. You are experimenting with the principle that specific light frequencies carry information that can influence your bioenergetic system. Mindful technology use. Become aware of the frequencies emitted by your everyday technology, Wi-Fi, cell phones. While avoiding fear-mongering, practice mindful use. Turn off devices when not needed, especially at night. Use speakerphone or air tube headsets. This is not just about reducing physical exposure, but about minimizing the energetic static that can interfere with your own subtle frequencies and intuitive reception. Echoing Tesla's concern for clear signal transmission. Crucially, in all these practices, intention is the modulator. The frequency itself, sound, light, acts as a carrier wave. Your focused, heart-centered intention is the specific information impressed upon that wave. Combine the external frequency tool with a clear internal state. Gratitude for healing, embodiment of peace, focus on clarity. You are replicating on an inner level the potential synergy of Tesla's technology, the external field generator, sound, light, working in concert with the conscious operator, your intention. Experiment 3. Cultivating collective coherence fields. Tesla envisioned technologies that could influence the entire planet. While we cannot replicate that scale, we can explore the power of resonance within small, focused groups. Collective coherence is a powerful amplifier. Group meditation. Intention. Participate in or organize group meditations focused on a shared positive intention, e.g., peace, healing for a specific person or place. When multiple minds hold a coherent frequency together, the resulting field is exponentially more powerful than the sum of its parts. This is the principle behind global consciousness projects that attempt to measure the effects of synchronized meditation on world events. You are creating a localized, magnifying transmitter of consciousness. Heart resonance circles. Engage in practices specifically designed to bring a group into heart coherence, often using shared breathing techniques or heart-focused intention. The measurable electromagnetic field generated by a group in heart coherence can create a powerful, localized field of peace and harmony that participants and even observers can feel. You are building a small-scale model of a harmonized planetary grid. Shared symbolic resonance. Create shared symbols or resonant phrases within your community or family, imbued with a specific positive intention. Using these symbols consciously can act as triggers for collective coherence, strengthening the shared positive field whenever they are invoked. These collective experiments demonstrate the power of resonance not just as an individual tool, but as a potential force for social and even global transformation, echoing the grandest aspirations of Tesla's vision. Throughout all these explorations, the principles of discernment, grounding, and ethical intention remain paramount. Pay attention to your body's feedback. Does a particular frequency or practice leave you feeling energized and clear, or drained and scattered? Trust your inner knowing above any external authority. Stay grounded in your physical reality, and ensure your intentions are always aligned with the highest good of yourself and others. These practices are not about finding quick fixes or magical shortcuts. They are about engaging in a conscious, experiential dialogue with the resonant universe Tesla perceived. They are about becoming a living laboratory, exploring the subtle but profound ways that frequency, geometry, intention, and consciousness intertwine. By undertaking these safe and ethical experiments, you are not just passively learning about Tesla's legacy, you are actively participating in its unfolding. You are cultivating the very sensitivities, the inner coherence, and the vibrational mastery that might be required to understand attract, or even co-create the next evolution of this forbidden knowledge. You are tuning your own instrument, preparing to play your part in the electric symphony of the future. We have journeyed from the theoretical foundations to the potential keys, weighed the promise against the peril, and explored how to embody these principles within our own lives. What then is the ultimate message? What is the final takeaway from this exploration into Tesla's hidden world? And so we arrive at the final resonance, the closing chapter of this journey into the electrifying and forbidden legacy of Nikola Tesla. We have followed the faint echoes of his lost work, piecing together a vision of a universe alive with vibration, frequency, and the untapped potential of human consciousness. We have contemplated the audacious possibility of energetic portals, gateways woven from resonant fields that might bridge dimensions or states of being. We have delved into the profound concept of the soul upgrade, the potential for using frequency to activate latent abilities, heal deep wounds, and accelerate our spiritual evolution. We have faced the enigmatic keys, the cosmic harmonics, potentially hidden within the numbers 3, 6, and 9, and the power of sacred geometry to shape energy itself. We have weighed the dazzling promise of a future empowered by this knowledge against the sobering perils of its misuse, understanding the immense responsibility that accompanies such power. We have recognized that the path forward lies not just in seeking lost machines, but in cultivating the resonant potential within our own beings, becoming the conscious resonator, tuning into the earth, developing the inner receiver. And we have explored practical, safe ways to begin experimenting with these principles in our own lives, turning our existence into a living alchemist's workshop. What, then, is the ultimate message? What is the enduring echo that Tesla's forbidden vision leaves within us? It is a message that transcends technology, that goes beyond mere scientific discovery, and touches the very core of what it means to be human in this electric universe. You are a being of frequency. You are not a disconnected cog in a dead mechanical cosmos. You are a vibrant, resonant energy field, intrinsically connected to the infinite, intelligent symphony of all existence. Your thoughts, your emotions, your very state of being are powerful broadcasts, constantly interacting with and shaping the quantum field around you. This is not a metaphor. It is your fundamental nature. Resonance is your superpower. Your ability to consciously choose your frequency, to align your inner state with the principles of harmony, coherence, and love, is your greatest creative gift. By mastering your own vibration, you gain the ability to influence not only your personal reality, but also to contribute a harmonizing note to the collective field. You become a tuning fork for a better world. Consciousness is the ultimate technology. While external devices may one day emerge to amplify or assist our journey, the primary instrument, the master key, resides within you. Your focused awareness, your clear intention, your embodied state of being. These are the forces that truly unlock the secrets of the universe and the potential of your own soul. The greatest discoveries will always be made within the infinite laboratory of inner space. Responsibility is the path to power. The reason such knowledge may have been hidden, the reason its rediscovery requires care, is because true power demands profound wisdom and ethical integrity. To seek Tesla's legacy is to accept the sacred charge of using this understanding not for egoic gain or control, but for healing, for unity, and for the conscious evolution of all beings. Your inner work is the safeguard. Your compassionate heart is the ultimate fail-safe. Nikola Tesla, the man who dreamed of illuminating the world, may have left behind a legacy far more profound than just electric light. He may have left us the resonant keys to illuminating ourselves. A blueprint, however, fragmented for becoming the electric soul, a human being fully awakened to their vibrational nature, consciously attuned to the cosmic symphony and capable of co-creating a reality resonant with the highest frequencies of love, wisdom, and infinite potential. The lost book may remain lost, but the universe itself is the ultimate open text, written in the language of frequency. And you, with your own awakened consciousness, are the ultimate decoder ring. And so, we conclude not with answers, but with an invitation to continue this exploration in your own life, to become the scientist of your own soul, to experiment with resonance, to cultivate coherence, to listen for the whispers of the universe in the language of frequency, to trust the echoes of Tesla's genius that resonate within your own intuitive knowing. Receive this final blessing, a charge for the electric soul you are now becoming. May you always remember the vibrant electric truth of your own being, connected to all that is. May you have the courage to tune your own instrument, to consciously choose the frequency you broadcast into the world. May you listen with discernment to the symphony of the cosmos, recognizing both the harmony and the dissonance, and choosing always to align with the higher octaves. May you wield the power of your own resonance with wisdom, with humility, and with unwavering love for the good of all. And may your life become a living testament to Tesla's grandest vision, not just a world powered by free energy, but a world illuminated by the boundless, radiant power of the awakened human soul. The frequency is within you. The power is yours to claim. The symphony awaits your unique note. Go now and resonate.